Hello ladies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Natalie Goncalves, a registered counselor. In today's video, I'll be talking to you about perimenopause and what that means for our mental health. Alright, first of all, what's perimenopause? You'll ask me. Perimenopause is the time before menopause, and that varies from woman to woman, but it starts roughly on our 35th birthday when our hormonal levels start declining. So that means a lot of things will change in our metabolism, in cognitive functions, in physical and mental health. One example I can give you is many women in perimenopause have sleep disturbances, anxiety, depression, and many other problems. The list is now up to 103 symptoms according to the Australasian and American Menopause Society. So the symptoms vary a lot, but since we're talking about mental health, I will give you a few of the mental health symptoms for us to pay attention to. So there will be the mood swings and the cognitive problems. And the sleep problems, I reckon, is part of the mental health as well. The mood swings, that means because of the hormonal fluctuation, we're going to feel sad and angry and all of that. Do you remember during our cycles, we know that just before our menstruation, we can feel more sensitive, we cry more easily, we need more chocolate. That is progesterone. And what progesterone does is to bring comfort, to bring the slowdown we need. And before menstruation, we have a crash of progesterone, which means we feel sensitive and irritable. That is just to give you an example of what could be happening to you. Now, in perimenopause, these symptoms can be happening along with many others. Because of the hormonal chaos, we don't understand what's going on with us anymore. Our body don't understand. Our reproductive system don't understand. Our brain is readjusting, is regrouping, is changing and switching for the next part of our life, which is the second half. Yes, we are midlife people. I too am perimenopausal, and I am now in hormonal replacement therapy, which has been great. But I can tell you that was a rough journey, and it took me 3 years to reach, more than 3 years, to be where I am now in my health. If you want to know more about my personal experience, please watch the playlist, My Menopause Transition Diary, where I share in detail everything that has happened to me. Right, so yeah, the perimenopausal brain, help me. We had the mood swings. Okay, let's go back. Mood swings: happy, sad, angry. It changes a lot during the day. You don't know how your next day is going to be. You wake up happy in the middle of the day. You wake up happy, suddenly you're angry. It's not uncommon to have rage in this time too. Sleep problems. You cannot fall asleep. Or if you do fall asleep, you wake up in the middle of the night, you can't fall asleep again. Maybe you're sweating, maybe you're having a hot flush. That all happens and disturbs your sleep. If you don't sleep, a lot of issues happen. You don't concentrate as much, you get irritable, and so much more. For the cognitive problems, we have brain fog, memory loss, memory problems. We can't focus. And all of that in our mental health has a great deal of impact, because we feel often frustrated. We don't know what's going on. I cannot read an email now because by the end of the email, I forgot what was in the beginning. I have to read it again. That leads to another problem. It takes longer for me to perform my tasks that I used to perform just like this. Another problem is resistance to stress. We don't have as much resistance anymore. We can't cope with stress as we used to. So when you go to the gym and you hit hard on that workout, you come back home, it feels like you ran a marathon and you need 3 days of rest. That's it. Our recovery time has changed as well. So that's another situation that happens for our mental health. Our expectations of ourselves are not accomplished. And that brings a lot of frustration, in my estimation, grief. You blame yourself, you find yourself weak, you withdraw yourself, you don't know what's going on. So that's to say the least. And we have relationship problems, because if you're irritable, hypersensitive, your mood is everywhere, you take long to recover, where does that lead us in our relationships? We don't have patience with our children anymore. We get angry at our husband a lot. His chewing is very annoying. You can't cope with his snores anymore because obviously you're having problems sleeping. Your boss press her buttons all the time. That friend with the restless leg making the sound with the chair, you can't deal with that anymore. So imagine the life of a woman changing this way. This is perimenopause. And the problem I see is this is overlooked. We don't talk about it. And as a therapist, this is very, very important. Many women file for divorce, quit their jobs because they're having these kind of problems, and they go to doctors, they go to their therapists, and nothing works. They don't receive the help they need. But again, these medical professionals, these mental health clinicians, they don't ask what's been going on for this woman in her body, in her physiology, in her cycles. You know, this is not me. I ask my clients, but that is now. Before, I didn't have this knowledge myself as well. So what do we do then? The first thing to do is to track our cycle, to understand what's going on there carefully, to write down our symptoms, to inform ourselves. And I'm happy to say I have a lot of resources, and I'll put for you in the description of this video. There you're gonna find self-checking tools, books, and much more. So after you track your cycle, you write down your symptoms, you inform yourself with the resources and books and self-checking and such, then you search for the help. When you get there, you're gonna be armed. You cannot be passive. You have to go to your doctor knowing what's going on with you, and don't take no as an answer. If they're dismissive, find another physician. Now for your mental health. The very first thing to do, accept and take some time to understand that this is transitional. Although as a woman, you might be used to be a transitional being, cyclic being, but in any case, remind yourself of that. That's going to pass. But while it doesn't, first thing to do is to be kind. First thing to do is to accept, of course, but then be kind. To have compassion. It's a hard journey. It's tough, it's difficult, and you cannot run away from it. There's nothing you can do about it, but embrace. Embrace with love, embrace with compassion, embrace like you would embrace your newborn baby, because you are changing. You are becoming this new woman. And you don't know this new woman. You don't know her limits, her boundaries, her wishes for life, because she hasn't been heard yet. That leads me to my second point. Listen to yourself. Listen to your body. When you're tracking your cycle, that becomes easy because during certain times of our cycle, we know we need to be more introverted, or we know we need to go out more. We're ready for action. And that's important to take notice and to respect. That's my last point. Self-respect. This is the time to learn self-respect. I'm not talking about self-love in this trendy, selfish way. Put yourself first, so to speak. No, I'm talking about health. I'm talking about respect. I'm talking about what you need. I'm talking about practices that will bring forth an awareness of you need for your survival on that particular day. Waking up in the morning, asking yourself, my darling, what do you need today? Checking your cycle. I am at da-da-da. So I'm going to need something like da-da-da. And have this kind of conversation with people around you. Educate your family, educate your spouse, your children. I love talking to my children about it. They are fascinated and bored because I keep saying what's been going on. But that helps managing the stress. It helps you to get the help you need from your colleagues at work, from your family, from your friends. Because the knowledge will bring people together, will bring people by your side to support you better. Stress is a big deal in this time of our lives. So managing this efficiently will help you with all the rest. All right, I could talk about it a lot, forever and ever, but self-respect, acceptance, self-compassion, and spend time with this new self, loving her the way she deserves. She brought you here. This body brought you here. The mind, the experiences, she deserves to be looked after with a lot of care and compassion. I hope this video made sense to you, and I'll see you next time. Share with a girlfriend who is in much need of this kind of real talk. Okay? I will see you next time. Oh, by the way, find a therapist if you're in need, of course. If you are in need, if you're depressed, anxious, you have a lot going on, find a therapist who understands this biological reality in us. It's going to be much better for you to find the proper and specific help for a woman's brain. Okay? Ciao.